Good evening, guys. Good evening, and welcome back to the Poly Pimps. Um, Tonight we are talking. Tonight's episode is called "Sacred Knot: the art of sensual rope and liberation." And before we go any further, I want to say this: this episode is not about porn. It's not about kink for shock value. It's about intimacy, presence, and choosing pleasure with agency. Rope, when done ethically, can be a spiritual experience. It can be a practice in surrender, trust, and being seen. So let's talk about it. What is rope? Rope, in the context we're talking about today, is not just about tying someone. Rope is a conversation between bodies, a language of pressure, tension, and release. A moment where someone says, I trust you enough to let go. Think of it like a slow dance where the rope becomes an extension of the hands. For many people, rope becomes a space to feel held, grounded, chosen, and safe. It's not the rope that makes it sensual. It is the intention behind the hands that use it. Now, without further ado, we're going to bring on stage our poly pimptress, Miss Kaiju,
Hi.
and the wonderful Coach T tonight joining us with one of her models.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome, guys. Thank you for
Thanks for
being
having
tonight.
us.
Yes, we are just so excited um, about tonight. Um, we've been cooking this for like the last 2 weeks. And T, you had jumped on the last show and you were talking, and I was like, oh no, she's got to come on the show.
I
And so the connection was made, and I asked, and you were like, yes. So
would
thank
love
you guys
to.
for saying yes. And we are so excited about what's about to happen tonight. This is the very, very first time that we've had this kind of show, and we are very excited. What do you think, Sky?
So I'm sitting in a place of student
Yes.
and I am open and willing to learn and understand. I've heard about it. I've seen some things, but I don't really have the full grasp of what the whole vibe is. So I'm here to learn.
All right. See?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I love when different parts of my life, the different intersections of my life just come together. I am polyamorous and I'm also a kinkster. And so I'm often one of the people who are asking questions in the poly group that are related to kink, right?
Hey.
um, but my rope practice is the foundation of my rope practice is rest and healing. And um, just helping people to feel held and seen is very important to me, especially Black people. Um, and so I just love opportunities like this to showcase rope from the perspective of a Black woman who is caring and loving on her community.
Yeah.
And for people who are unfamiliar with rope, um, one of the things that I like to tell people is that the feeling of rope, the effects of rope, we have already seen in our life. When you have a newborn baby, you take the baby and you swaddle the baby. And when you swaddle the baby just feels nice and relaxed and drifts off to sleep. And that is exactly what I do with rope.
Okay.
I'm stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system in the same way that one would in swaddling a baby and giving someone a hug. And so, yeah, I'm excited to
That's
show
nice.
y'all.
I have seen a little bit of your work. Oh, before I go any further, hi, Mark. Welcome back. Thank you for coming a third time.
Made it just in
It's
time.
around three, baby. I love it.
I'm telling you, you got to give me a T-shirt for being on the show so many times. I'm just saying.
Yes, yes. But thank you. I know this is like you made it really fast.
I told you. What I tell you?
Thank you. So yes, T, I have seen some of your work and I think it is wonderful because personally, I always say, oh, I don't like to be uh, restricted.
Mhm.
So I've never necessarily tried bondage in the full sense of the word, but obviously I have tried a little bit of light bondage. I have done light bondage on people, but for myself, I'm more like, make sure that if I just shake my hand, it can come off.
Yeah.
Uh, just because I'm always kind of like, I don't know if I can just let go. But watching your work, it was I found it very interesting. And I was like, actually, I think I'm willing to try that. I'm open to trying that. So hopefully one day I can get to you to
Mhm.
try your work.
You know what's really interesting is that like whenever I'm like at an event or at a party, people want to get tied and I'll say, okay, yeah, I'll tie you. And they walk up to me and they put both of their hands out. And I'm like, put your hands down. I don't need your hands. I don't need to tie your hands.
Right.
So, bondage is a really exciting thing. Rope art is a very interesting thing. Rope play is interesting thing. There's so many ways that rope can be applied and used, and even in compression therapy. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Nice. All right. So we have a full house tonight. Um,
Mhm.
and I am very excited. So you said your work is done more in healing and to feel held and all that stuff
And rested.
and rested. Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
I couldn't find the word. So do you anybody can come to you? Like are there parameters that people need to work around, things, requirements that you need to meet before you can work on them?
So, I mostly do rope with people that I trust. If I don't know you, if we don't have a connection of some kind, I'm most likely not going to do rope with you unless you're going to pay me.
Okay.
But I feel like rope should be accessible for Black folks because of how amazing that experience is, and how sometimes money is a barrier to experiences, especially for Black and brown folks. And that saying, my help comes from the Lord. But I feel like I am the care that I give to people, I am repaid in some way or another every single time. The conversations that we have, I did a hip harness, and just by talking about the way the tie was going and our expectations from each other, we were able to have a conversation and a connection about some things that we're vulnerable about, and that is one of the most exciting parts for me.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Why are you
Um,
laughing, Sky? She's like,
can I
I'm not in
start with
trouble.
questions or am I jumping in too fast?
Oh, you're good. We're talking.
Okay. I just walked in off the street. What are you talking about? Like, start from the beginning. What is this all about? Where did it come from? What's the history? What's it all about? Like, give me the Wikipedia or something.
So, I started off studying shibari, which is the ancient art of rope bondage. It was used in Japan. They would tie their captives in decorative knots, and and the more the the more important the captive was, the more decorative and fancy the knots were. And so I study shibari, and that is where that comes from. Of course, as time goes on, it has been adapted into the bondage part of the BDSM community. And people have done rope for many different reasons, for art, for health, for meditation, just to make beautiful pictures, just to have lovely suspensions. And so, yeah. And again, what do people get from it is another thing. And I'll just go back to swaddling a baby.
Yeah.
When you swaddle a baby, you can see the effect right there. When I tie someone, I can see that same effect in them at this grown age. And it's very comforting.
Do you have to be kinky to enjoy rope?
No, I don't think so. No. Actually, I don't think so, actually, no. I think that most of the people who do enjoy rope are kinky because that's where it's at. But I think that if people understood how it feels to be held, I think that people who don't like physical touch would love rope. I think that people who have a hard time focusing and they want to meditate would love rope. For me personally, if I have rope on, I can have a quiet mind.
Okay.
And that's just my experience. I can't speak for everyone.
Right. Okay.
Do you wear rope throughout the day, or is it just for a period of time, or?
So me personally, I don't wear rope that often. I am a rope top. I do bottom for rope. I do self-tie. It's mostly for educational purposes. If someone's doing something and I want to learn it, I'll tie myself. If somebody is, if I'm teaching someone how to do rope, they will practice on me. And then I also go and get suspended and experience different ties just so that I can be a better top. So personally, I don't wear rope that often. But as a top, I feel a heavy responsibility to know what this person is going to go through before I put them through it. So I do tie myself. There are people who will tie a harness on themselves and go to work.
So you use the terminology rope top. Can you define those terms? Because I am virgin over here.
Okay.
I don't know none of this.
So I am a rope top. And this would, for tonight, will be my rope bottom. As a rope top, I am the person who is doing the tying. I am the person who is placing the rope on the bottom. There are all kind of different names that people may have. There's rope top. There's a rope daddy. I am a rope slut.
Yes.
Okay.
And rope bottoms also go by rope bunnies.
I'm a rope bunny.
You're a rope bunny. Yes. So thank you for that. You know what? Correct people when they don't identify you properly. Okay. And so I love rope bunnies because I get to tie them. So the top is the person who's doing the tying. The bottom is the person who's receiving, or bunny is the person who is receiving.
Got it.
Thank you for clarifying for us. Mark, you've been quiet, sir.
I've been saying, I said there's also a rigger, someone who is
a rigger,
a rope rigger, someone who's interested in the technical aspects of ties, and usually they do a lot of suspension. So yeah, so there's different names for them. I'm a rope enthusiast. I'm learning to rope top, and I have used rope, and I thoroughly enjoy it. And as a matter of fact, Amber actually did my one and only suspension, and I'm very grateful that she was able to do that for me. And I thought I was going to say that's kind of how we connect because we kind of think the same way as far as if I'm going to put somebody through this, I need to understand what it feels like. I need to know, what places it's going to touch, how it's going to hold them. I need to know what kind of feelings can come from that as well. So I definitely appreciate that. I think that was probably maybe the only time I've ever been tied in rope, and it was enjoyable. She did a suspension for me, and it was amazing. I did enjoy that a lot. So the whole swaddle effect, absolutely correct. Now here's the cool part. A lot of people don't even know that they might be into bondage. It's funny because if you notice over the past few years, how many people have gotten weighted blankets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Some that heavy feeling holding you while you're sleeping is very pleasant. I would put that in the same. Yeah, I understand. People use weighted blankets for anxiety reasons and so on and so forth, and that very well may be true. I think the same thing applies to people who do allow themselves to be tied and rope. Some people just, they may be frenetic and need to hold still, and that rope will help them hold still. The other thing I really enjoy about it is the fact that not only is it a conversation top and the bottom and the rope, it's also a conversation between the two people there because I think Amber, we talked like the whole time you were tying me, didn't I? Didn't we talk directly?
Mhm.
So
Yeah, yeah. And that's really where I think the healing part is for me, is because the conversations that we do have a lot of times are very meaningful. Um and how people act in the rope, I'm very intuitive. I pay a lot of attention. I tell people all the time, do not help me. And then I only tell people that so I can watch their behavior while I tie them. Because if they still are lifting their arm to help me, even though I asked them not to, I correct them. I ask them why they're helping me when I don't need their help. And that can open up a whole conversation that they were not even intending to have. Or I could correct them and then their response to that correction, right? I could say, "Hey, why are you helping me?" And they go, "Oh, my bad. I just can't help it." Well, do better. And then what is the response that I
Damn.
get when I say do better? I want to see what that response is. And again, that can open up a whole new conversation. Mark smelled like shea butter. He was glistening, okay, with a kilt on.
Wait,
That's all I'm going
what
to
was
say.
smelling like shea butter?
Mark.
Mark.
Mark was soft as a baby's bottom and smelled like shea butter. And it was just I don't even think I could pay attention to my rules because I was just like trying to feel on these
Okay.
legs, you know?
I think I saw the video for that one because you have it on your Instagram. Tie
absolutely.
Bound Lash. That's the Instagram. Go follow
Mhm.
I
Tie
need to see this.
Yes, I think I saw it because I was browsing through your stuff, and I recognized the person. I was like, "Oh, this is Mark."
Wait. Let me just say for the audience, they do amazing things with AI nowadays. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay, Mark.
Oh, so it wasn't real.
um
So, Disney.
Mark, who was the photographer? I'm drawing a blank. I forgot what his name.
CJ. Cecilia.
CJ.
CJ. Yeah.
CJ is responsible for some of those beautiful pictures that you saw.
Oh,
Yes, amazing pictures. Yes.
yeah. When I was going through, I was like, "Oh, okay. I really cannot wait now to have my turn." So,
Well, you know what? You said that you didn't know how you would feel if you were, restrained. And the wonderful thing about rope is that you don't ever have to be restrained.
right,
Correct.
You know?
I've seen that.
Yeah. Yeah. And
What
like
about
even
what about suspension? What are you suspending off of?
So I have a suspension. Actually, I have a pull-up bar here,
You got a
and we are going to do this. If the vibe is right and the feelings are right, we are going to do a suspension. I've already tied the bottom half. You want to stand up, and we can just show y'all, and then we can start with the top half while y'all talk if you want. So come over here. So this is the hip harness that we will suspend from, and I will suspend from the very front here, and then we're going to do a chest tie, and I'll suspend from the chest as well.
Okay, sorry. Okay, that sounds good. I was trying to see if I could bring your screen a little bit bigger so they can see. Give me 1 second.
Oh yeah, move a little bit.
No.
Just sitting. Turn around.
Okay, never mind. I'll have to work on that another time.
They gonna have to just look. We got a lot of Facebook people here. They could just go ahead and focus on that little screen over there.
Exactly. Yes. Well, we also want to say hello to everybody and thank you for tuning in. We have Tress in the house, Sleepy. What's up? Alandria. Welcome.
Hey, Elandria.
Hey,
Hey.
Maggie. Hey. Hopefully you're feeling much better. Maggie says she's very excited about the show. Let's see. She said, I'm excited about this show. Rope and fire play are at the top of my curiosity. Rope and fire play. I don't think I've ever heard of fire play.
At the same time,
I don't know.
rope and fire together. That's what I want to know.
I mean, it can be done. It can definitely be done.
Sky. Hey Marie, thank you for joining. She's such a great fan. She always comes on and say hi and chit chat with us. But yeah, what anybody here knows what fire play is? I don't know what that is.
I do.
Amber, tell us about it.
So fire play and fire massage are basically where people use fire to kind of they have these mallets almost, and they light them on fire and they can tap them on your back. There's fire cupping where they put the fire in the cup and then set it on your body. Fire play. Personally, I don't do fire. I don't top for it just because I really want to make sure the things that I learn, I'm like really good at before I move on. Wow. But it's more along the lines of like massage almost.
Okay. Would waxing be considered fire play?
No.
Okay.
Wax would be wax play.
Okay.
Wax play. Fire play, for me, from my standpoint, is more along the lines of temperature play. So kind of like almost like using ice. Of course, you're using fire. You're really playing with the warmth of the fire and the thrill of feeling it. And like she said, a lot of people do it as a form of massage. Fire cupping is something they have shown fire on YouTube. Where they use fire.
Mark, we have not heard everything that you said. Sometimes the words, I guess, the sound was missing.
Oh, the sound was missing. Can you hear me now?
Yes, but there's also an echo.
Oh, got it. Okay. Interesting.
I can hear him pretty well, by the way. I wanted to ask about the type of rope you're using. Like, what is the material made out of?
That's a really great question. I started off using MFP rope, which is synthetic. You can put your arms down. And when I started to do suspension, and even considering suspension, I moved towards more natural rope. So the rope that I'm using tonight is jute. And this is, let's see if we can get it good. This is my jute rope. It's purple. And what I'm going to use for the uplines is called Posh rope. And Posh is a mix. It's a blend of synthetic and natural rope.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you what the jute versus the Posh looks like. So the jute is purple and the
Okay.
Posh is blue.
Okay. So it's thicker.
It does appear thicker, and believe it or not, both are the same thickness. Like if when I went to purchase it, they're both 6 millimeters thick in diameter.
Okay.
So how does that, is that soft on your skin or is it like crunchy?
It's not crunchy. It is firm, but
You know what I mean when I say crunchy, right?
Yeah.
no,
That's
not
when I
that kind
think
of
of
rope.
rope. When I
Yeah,
think of
no.
rope, I think of crunchy.
No, more like a solid yarn. Like yarn's too
Okay.
soft, but
Okay.
it's
Like a
more
yarn.
solid than that. Yeah.
Okay. A solid yarn. I like that.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want crunchy on my skin is what
Right.
I'm right. Okay.
A lot of times, a lot of the people that I tie, they think that they wouldn't enjoy when the rope is not, because we treat rope and we condition it. And when you condition the rope, you take the rope and it's got all the loose fibers and it's kind of itchy and maybe a little stiff sometimes. And then you condition it, you burn all the loose ends, rub oil on it, throw it in the oven. It's a whole process. I don't treat most of my rope. I usually use it on a masochist until it gets soft enough to use on the nice people.
Okay. All right then.
Also,
Yeah.
like this is a whole thing.
I
It
like
is.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So I use them to condition my rope.
Okay.
Oh, so you use it, you beat down on people and then
No,
What?
I don't
Just-
beat down on them.
I'm
I
just
just
asking what I'm thinking.
so what I do is exactly what I've done here. But if I have fresh rope and it's really itchy and it's really some folks may not want that experience. The people who get that experience, they most likely deserve it. And I just tie them until the
Okay.
rope is now soft. And then when the rope is soft, then I can use it on other folks. So I have a few people who I use to condition rope. They just enjoy the fibers all over the place. They enjoy the itchy feeling. It adds a level of discomfort that they enjoy.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
So we're
Is
gonna
that like
actually,
a good pain type thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mark was like-
I could see that.
Yeah, yeah. And so sometimes if I'm playing with someone new, which I didn't do today, but sometimes what I'll do is I'll take my Posh rope and I will stand behind them and I'll take my jute rope, okay, and I'll stand behind them. So get a little, let's see. And then I will say, which one do you like more? And I will let it run across their body. Which one?
I still would have chose purple.
But which one is softer?
Blue.
Blue is softer, but you still would have chosen purple, even though it's not as soft.
So I like the firmness of the purple. It feels like I don't know. It is just really, it's tight, but in a good way.
Holds you better. Holds you
Like-
better.
Yes.
Could you imagine?
It's sturdy.
Could you imagine it being a little bit more rough?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. And so just allowing people to kind of like experience and feel the rope. I normally do that, but tonight, because we had already kind of done some negotiating and stuff, we didn't get that part. But I like to use the Posh when I'm doing suspension as for my upline because it's easier to pull than the jute.
What's an upline?
So an upline is when I attach the rope here that I will attach to my suspension rig.
Okay.
And so the uplines are going to kind of be rubbing up against each other. And so I don't like to use jute because it makes it more difficult. And this upper body strength is developing. Okay. So I try to make sure that I use Posh because it's smoother and the friction isn't making it more difficult to work
Absolutely.
Okay. So we're gonna be watching you do her top.
with. Okay. And yeah, if y'all have any questions, I can always hop in and answer anything.
All right. What did you say, Mark?
Scott was like, I am not having it. None of it.
No,
I love that though, because first of all, I love a no. No is beautiful. I respect
say no,
no.
though. I didn't say no.
She's thinking about it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I have a question, but I want you to do your thing first.
Okay. I can do my thing and answer questions if you'd like.
So Sleepy said, I've seen fire play in person. That shit is wild. I would like to see fire play because I've never actually heard of it. Now temperature play, I could see that because I've had like hot stones and massage, hot cups and things like that. I've had waxing done, but
All right.
I've never actually had fire play. I don't know if I would kind of feel like, what if they actually burn me?
Well, here's the thing. Most people, and this is relative. Most people that do kinky things that we talk about, you need to watch and kind of see how they play before you would want to try to experiment with them. Some people are very, very careful, very, very loving, very, very into what they do. They actually do enjoy it so much and they want to continue to do it. So they study and they practice and they learn from other people who are familiar. And then you got some people who are just like, okay, I'm going to do this stuff. You can tell the difference between someone who is technically sound and somebody who saw something on TV and decided, oh, I'm going to try that. You want to talk to these people because the biggest thing about anything that we do that's kinky, is the communication between you and that person. The consent is key because literally we talking about fire. Fire can warm you or it can burn your house down. We talking about actual fire here, right? We're talking about rope that can be pleasurable or that can actually cut off your circulation and cause all kinds of damage. So what you really want to do is you want to take your time when you meet these people if you have a curiosity. So, pretty much like you'll hear people say things like, oh, I don't do pickup play, where pretty much like Amber was talking about somebody that walks it off the street that she has no connection with, she hasn't really spoken to, and say, hey, tie me up with some rope. Well, she doesn't know enough about you to feel safe because the safety goes around on both sides. It's not just the person being tied, it's also the person that is tying. Because what we want to create is an experience that we can both walk away from and be pleased with, as opposed to walking away with one of us feeling like somebody did something wrong to us. Does that make sense?
That
Yes.
makes sense.
It's like a circle of trust.
Is a trust.
Maggie said waxing and fire play are both part of temperature play, but they are different.
Very much so.
Yeah. Hi, Kanisha. I would love to experience rope play sooner than later. I could see that. I've never in life seen someone ask the material of rope.
What? Actually, to be honest, because from what I was seeing, I saw that it was purple. I thought it was actually like bands of like some kind of silky fabric bands. I didn't think it was actually.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to figure out what it's made out of, because for me, in my mind, if it's going to be on my skin, it needs to feel good. You know what I mean? So
people have silk rope. You could even go. I've even known people to go as far as their own rope to be tied with. They may have had an experience and go, I think this will feel better on my skin, and they go get their own rope and they'll ask, "Hey, can you use this rope to tie me up?"
I mean,
I
I
think
even thought it was like ribbon.
it's, I've seen people tied up with Christmas lights. We're not gonna talk
With what?
Whoa.
Wait,
I
did you
believe
plug
it.
the lights in?
about
All right, I'm gonna have you turn this.
these are talking about people who are professional, know what they're doing, nothing crazy. It's just because a lot of times, I think the way that I got interested in it is one, I was a Boy Scout. So of course, knots. I know a couple of things about knots, but
So I'm gonna have you turn
I
like
thought about it was the beauty of it because you got people that tie for. We tie for all sorts of reasons. People move. You try to tie something into a truck. You try to lock something down. You tie it down for that reason. People will also use it for decoration. I mean, if you a kid in the '70s, raise your hand out there. Everybody's mama or grandmama had that macrame hanging pot holder that was made
Yes, I
out
can make
for.
that.
And see, this is what I'm talking about. So you got a little kink hide in there because you're like, oh, I can do that. All you got to do is imagine putting it on a person and you're there. See what
that.
I'm saying?
That
So,
would be
Yeah,
interesting to
let me
do
get.
macrame on somebody.
but some of
I'm
the
thinking
rope,
like, why is this different?
some of the rope,
No,
some
sorry.
of
So
Oh, sorry.
she is.
I thought I didn't know it was on mute. Off mute. Sorry.
So she's doing a whole.
Top part.
yeah, she's doing the top.
Yeah.
Did the hip harness first, and then now she's doing the top part to also prepare for the suspension. So she's putting different points on her body to where she can suspend her comfortably. You don't want to be, you can't imagine if somebody just tied something around your wrist and hung you from something. That would be crazy because it's going to cut out circulation. That's just going to be crazy. So what they're doing by suspending them, she's creating a foundation to be able to wrap that rope up and pull her up so that she can suspend her. It's really very fascinating. If you've gone to the site to see that AI picture of me hanging from a tree, it's crazy what they do.
Is it AI in real life?
AI feel like right. It's listen.
Got
I,
it.
I'm
So
a chat GPT. One of them. Somebody did it. I have
one
no
somebody. So here's the
idea.
thing. What about okay? So I know that this bondage and kink and all of that is loosely connected to sexuality.
Mm.
So I have seen the what are those sex swings that
Uh-huh.
people have in their, you know,
Swing.
Dungeon?
Wait. What is a sex swing? No, I
a
think
sex
if I had to guess what she's talking about, you talking about where you can either hang it on a door or you can suspend it from a ceiling where
right.
people held up in the
Like a
swing and
Yeah. And they get in it. Usually like
uh,
a woman gets in it. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but whomever gets in it and they're like hanging
yeah,
in precarious positions and stuff like that. Is this part of that
very,
same
very similar. It's still a suspension.
oh,
It's still a tiny bondage because you're there. You probably need help to get out of it. So it's closely related. These things are closely related. The cool part about using rope and bondage that I think is awesome is that it doesn't even have to be a rope. It could be a bondage that you have as far as something you explain to a person. I have I have a thought about something that I was discussing with someone with Chinese finger traps. And the little Chinese finger traps the kids have, you take them, you slide it in, you pull it. Even that can be a light form of bondage if you're in that Chinese finger trap if you can't get out of it. I mean, it's something that I could tell you. I could say, I'd like your hands to be behind your head and don't move them from there. So it doesn't have to involve actually using a material or an object to bind something. It's really all about the spirit of it. And that's really the most important part. So yeah, you can tie it to sexuality. There are ways to tie it to sexuality, but mostly I have to say sensuality because it engages your senses. The feel of it, the thought of it, of being restricted. I mean, it's something that people play with, mentally all the time, believe it or not. Don't you feel restricted when you have to go to work every morning? I feel restricted at it.
Facts.
And
Facts.
I must like it or I like the check. So I keep going. So
Of
yeah,
course.
No choice. No choice.
Okay. Hey, Mimi. Thank
Oh,
you for
wow.
joining in.
I like how it's all organized.
Mimi said you get whatever it is you want from rope. That's right. I think that's what we were talking about. Wow. Okay. This is coming in beautifully.
She does a fantastic job. Her ties are excellent.
Yeah.
From what I heard from the AI.
Yes. We're going to run with that story, Mark.
Look, Mark. Mm-hmm.
What do you think makes rope intimate instead of intimidating?
Is that a question for me?
Anybody in the room?
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And if each side wants to answer, remember you guys are muted.
We just came off mute so that I could answer. But go ask your question again.
Yeah, what makes rope intimate instead of intimidating?
So when we were on mute, that's exactly what we were talking about, the intimacy here, because it's a certain level of trust that I have to allow her this type of closeness, and the connection, the vulnerability that you have to allow someone to essentially have control of your body. I think I always say my real world and my kink world intersect, mostly because in my real world, I am the boss, like I tell people what to do all day long. I am in control. I'm in a position of power, but I absolutely don't want that in the bedroom. And so I think I have just discovered here that rope, it plays on multiple kinks all in one here. The restraint, the power exchange, the bondage, the masochist, they all are like colliding right now in a very unexpected way. I will say that.
You're sweating.
I am sweating because the tighter the rope gets, the more turned on I am, for sure.
Okay.
And it's creating a very interesting buildup.
What?
Look at you. I like it.
Oh, I like it.
I like it.
I don't get being turned on by this. I'm trying to understand.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting that you said you're trying to understand. Some things you just won't understand. I tied some guy, and the whole time that I was doing the vetting, he kept saying, well, how will you know when I'm feeling this? How will you know what is the goal? What are we going to reach? What are we going to do? I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and start the process. I put the rope on him, and he just drifted peacefully.
It's so peaceful.
And I asked him, how can I explain this to someone who is as practical as you are? Mm. And he said, you can't.
Mm.
Interesting.
I have very bad anxiety, right? Like very bad anxiety. I almost feel less anxious the tighter she gets. I think it goes back to that swaddling effect, because it feels like someone is holding you in a kind of safety that you wouldn't experience on a regular.
Okay.
Remember what I said?
And I walked in here very anxious. I mean, Amber can tell you, my shoulders, I always say my shoulders are up to my earlobes. And I just was, right? It's the unexpected, because I had only watched someone be tied previously. So to watch and to experience is two very different things. It was the intimacy of watching. Oh my God. It was beautiful. But that next level.
Aw,
Next
thank
level.
you.
Yeah.
Oh,
So to be
That
able to
reminds
watch
me,
and experience. Yeah.
you said that you boss
Thank
people
you.
around all day. And I recall seeing or hearing that like CEOs who are like big decision makers,
Yep.
like that dom sub thing where they become the submissive one because their regular real life is very dominant and they're
That
in
is
charge of
absolutely my
everything.
world. Yes.
So is this that same type of dynamic?
It is. It is. So that top and bottom, that language, right? I think interchangeable for dominant and submissive. I think
Okay.
more sexual when I think dominant, submissive, but a top and bottom to me is still the same language. So yes, I very much identify as submissive
In this regard.
in this regard. Absolutely not in my vanilla life.
Because I can get with that, because I definitely feel like I'm more of a dominant personality, but in regards to like either and mostly in like relationships or stuff, I actually like to be more submissive.
Mhm. Agreed. I don't want to have to think about stuff. Not that I want somebody to tell me what to do, but like if you can take some of those decisions off my plate, please do. I think all day long. I think for everyone else all day long. And so I don't want to have to do that.
Okay. I mean, I can definitely feel that too, because sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to think. I don't even want to think. I need
Exactly.
thinking for me.
Mm-hmm.
Madison says the sensation is a surprise. Yes, go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
I was going to say that allows for it to be able to do that. I like the whole concept of the deprivation of the senses because it kind of sets you. It kind of makes everything else. Of course, we know that you lose a sense, it enhances another sense. So being able to touch, actually being controlled, forces you to listen better, forces you to see better if your eyes are open, forces you to, to basically enjoy the other senses that you have available. Uh, I liked during my experience being suspended. I liked the fact that I was blindfolded. I enjoyed that because I was able to just literally go enjoy the feeling of what it was like to just be floating in space, so to speak.
Yes. And that's what I saw when I saw Amber tie. Like Trace was blindfolded from the beginning. Sorry. Okay. Blindfolded from the beginning because he didn't want anything blocking. He wanted to really be able to be immersed in that experience. And so yeah, when we suspend, I'm gonna blindfold just to be able to be free.
Excellent.
Okay.
You want
I
to
like
sit down?
that.
Okay.
So what are you feeling right now, Kendria?
You see me swaying. Like somebody's giving me a really tight hug.
Okay.
And the fact that my hands are in this position, it really is like I could take a nap on myself, if that makes sense. But I could. I'm like that relaxed.
Okay. Nice. Submission is a powerful thing.
It is, because you have to really trust somebody. I am a firm believer that submission is earned, right? Like there are so many people who present as a more dominant person and just want to control and power, and it's so not that. If I don't trust you, like there is nothing else, right? What Jill Scott say, if you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do. And that is exactly it.
Yeah, I see that. Hi, Trey Michael. She says it requires big trust.
Huge
Big
trust.
Yes.
I mean, literally, you're telling this person, okay, you can restrict me where I can't move, where I can't see, I can't go anywhere, and I have to allow you to do this because what else am I going to do at this point? I've
Right.
given you,
Mhm.
and a lot that turns people off sometimes to be able to do that. But you got to trust the person you do that. I mean, you got to trust anybody you do anything with. It's the same thing with.
Sure.
It's all it's all just a tiny micro of we live in. You know, we do these day in,
Yes.
day out. We do these things. It's just
No,
because our
no.
I don't know if it's on my end, but you froze, Mark. Okay, now you're back. I don't know, maybe it was on my end.
oh, gotcha.
I'm just gonna tuck this real quick.
Yeah. So basically, consent is a very, very big thing in
She actually asked us to come early so that she could do some additional vetting, right? Just to make sure that she knew exactly what I was comfortable with. If I had any pain, if there was any, body issues that she needed to be aware of, like very much needed to ask some questions before we got started for sure.
okay.
The
Hey,
the
Portia.
vetting process for me, it starts from the very first conversation. That very first conversation, I want to make sure that I know who she is, what it is she expects from me, what she's looking to get out of this. And just make it the safest and most fun experience that we can, get.
Yep.
Okay.
The audience is on fire tonight, huh? We got a lot of stuff popping up over there.
Yes.
I see
Okay.
all you people out here.
Yeah, sorry. Let me pop up some of the comments. Absolutely. Just because you identify as a dom doesn't mean everyone will submit to you. And a real dom wouldn't expect one to without earning that trust and connection. That's right, Portia.
And
And
and and
trust
also I want to be very clear that people who top are not always dominant and people who bottom are not always submissive.
Okay.
oh,
Yeah, you don't
okay.
have to. You have to fit in the lane. I'm definitely a top, and I didn't have to suddenly change myself to be a submissive in order to experience that. It nothing to that. It was something I wanted to experience, and she was the guiding light to lead me through that experience. I didn't change at all who we were. But yes, I had to submit to her to do that. But it was a situation. That's what we did.
Okay.
I
Kiki said,
also
I'm not
I've
even
also I've also tied people from the bottom before.
really.
Yeah, so there was a dominant woman who I really respect, and she said she would never let anyone top her. So I asked her if she would let me dress her in rope from a submissive position.
Hmm.
I tied her hip harness while I was on my knees.
There you go.
Oh.
All I wanted her to do was smack me one good time in the face, but it did. I didn't negotiate that ahead of time. So,
It's all about
like, good girl, bam.
That's funny.
I'm a switch, by the way. Okay.
I love it. I love it. Let's go back to the comments while they're I'm not even into kink, but I know consent is huge everywhere, not just in the kink world, everywhere. But I hear, sometimes people don't respect that. Madison says, some ties have you lifted off the floor, so where the rope sits and how it supports you can be dangerous. on the wrong hands. Trust and acknowledge is everything.
Left, right.
And
Absolutely.
knowledge, sorry.
Yeah, let's see.
Maggie says Amber's love of the art makes Andrea's look of peace is displayed loudly through the screen. I'm watching an art and relaxation. And Maggie is one of the people last time that said she would love to be your model, T.
You said your
Oh my gosh.
Nice mind.
That is so funny.
Oh, where's my
That is
masterpiece?
so hilarious. I need to go get my charger. I'll be right back.
Oh, you're lucky. I can't find it.
I'm curious.
It's
I mean, I do consider myself a switch, but I am not a masochist. I'm not into pain. Anything that, oh yes, she's gonna be blinded. Anything that is painful does not sit well with me. And I think it's probably
good smack in the face.
trauma.
We
You know,
feel
like if you
amazing
hit
every
me
time.
a little too hard, it's like, yeah, I'm dry now.
That's a loose.
Dry is not a good thing at all in those situations.
Right?
Is that what I'm saying?
Yep.
True master.
Dry now.
We don't want that. We don't want that. Yeah. So that's why, you know, I don't think I could be like into any kind of play that involves me being uncomfortable.
Oh, gotcha. I can dig it.
Yeah. So
Well, it's always to your comfort, and that's what the negotiation is for.
right.
Negotiate things. You know, you tell. I think one of the coolest things.
You okay?
She sent me a form where I answered questions. You know, what are you looking for? She has a whole form that I filled out, and I thought that was great because it was, you know, it basically it asks a bunch of questions. It gives you, it's no pressure. Like she's sitting there giving you 20 questions. It's like, hey, you know, this kind of just do. And I'll be able to get a better understanding of what you're looking for and what you expect, and how to go. And I'll tell you where I feel we should go, and you can tell me where you think we should go. So, I mean, it's a very guided experience, and I mean, it just makes it better. You know, some people are wild and want to do role play where. Are you
No,
about
I was gonna say that she also filled out the same form.
you got the same form? Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
That vetting form was very important because that gives her kind of an idea of where
So
the
what I want you to do is to sit down. Just
Okay.
pretend.
So I wanted to ask, how long can you stay
Okay, just sit down. Right now, stand up.
bound, I guess, and
How does that feel?
suspended if
Any
you get
tension?
suspended? I see
Okay.
she's
So
about
I'm
to
gonna
do
do
a
is a little
suspension.
boost.
Like, how long is there like a certain amount of time that you should not go over? Is there maximum time?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. Amber,
It depends on the person's tolerance. Like right now, because this is her first suspension, we're just kind of toying with the rope and having her get comfortable. Go ahead and try to sit down into it. Now tell me how that bottom feels. Because I didn't attach it to your thighs. And I can if you're a masochist. That's your problem. You like it. All right, here we go.
I feel like I'm in a swing.
All right, you staying in that swing, okay?
So what's
It's-
the longest session, maybe?
Whoa! Oh shit! Woo! Oh my! Okay. Wow.
How is it?
Oh my god. That's great.
It's great.
she's laying in a hammock. Wait, now you actually got a little grin on your face. Wait a minute.
Wow.
This is not something I would be cool with. I don't know how Because I'm like, I need to be able to get out of this thing at the moment I feel uncomfortable. The second.
Here's my question. Why even think that you're going to be uncomfortable?
No. It's not I'm thinking. I'm just like, if I get uncomfortable, I
Well,
want to be able to get out.
let me tell you something that's really cool. That's the other thing. Most people, and I'm sure Amber has something around there that she can get to really quickly. Most people have scissors. You know why? Because if something should go horribly wrong, they need to be able to get out of it. And nobody got no time trying to figure out. If they need to, there's always a pair of safety shears nearby.
Okay,
So
yeah, that's going to be important.
believe that. That if you see them and they
I
say they're
have
gonna,
the safety shears right here.
if you ain't got no shears, I don't even want to talk to you because you are not thinking about my safety.
Got it. Got it.
That's good to know. Now I really can't wait to get tied up.
Are you holding yourself?
I think you look at
Help.
all them damn curves you got, Lord Jesus.
I mean, that's
you know why? Because I
not
didn't
to go
fully.
around. You
You're
know,
like sitting up on this one rope.
It looks pretty cool, though.
yeah.
Now,
This is how it starts. That's what happens. Now, next year, you'll be like, all right, I was in Rome for like 18 hours. It was great.
Wow.
you know what? I'm gonna come down and take you back up. Okay. Okay. All right. So put your legs down.
But what you have been talking about in terms of like anxiety and comfort and healing, I can dig it. I can dig it.
Yeah, it's truly like a let go situation. You truly have no control.
But I can just find a hug somewhere too. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes a hug is
Cuddle
not enough.
buddy, a cuddle partner, someone to hold me for several hours. It's probably the same.
What if they held you for several hours and then they wouldn't let you get up for a little while?
Let me know when you get your legs back.
And they wouldn't let me get up?
I'll go back. Okay.
I know how to fight.
Connecting the upline somewhere else. You see,
that's the part.
A little bit more. But I don't want this. I don't like the placement of that. So. Personally.
So even though you're restraining the body, the mind is just very free.
The mind is so at peace right now.
Yeah.
Not a thought in there. Which is
how's she feeling?
And I feel like that's how everybody kind of describes it. Not a care, not a like they just let go. I want to experience that. Because my brain's always just like, hey, you got
mine too, but it is not right now. It is it is silent in there.
Okay.
You know, I appreciate y'all allowing us to see this demonstration because this is very intimate and private. Yeah.
Only in the Polly Pimps show.
And Mark's AI.
My AI, yeah. I'm like really like Max Headroom. My way, y'all might not be old enough to know who Max Headroom.
Oh yes. Wasn't he? What would he be? The first what? That was the first AI, kind of.
We're gonna call it that. Yes.
Got it.
So I'm just repositioning where I put my upline so that she can have more flexibility when I lift her up.
Okay.
Because the way that I put the upline on, she was kind of stuck in a sitting position, which is really, really good for me to know. But I wanted her to have a little bit more flexibility in case she wants to lay down.
Okay.
And that means...
I mean, it's like guys, it's a heavy where you're all tied up in it.
Say it again.
You're all tied up in it.
It's a happy word.
It's like a happy.
A hammock. Yeah. I see that. I see that.
All tied up in the
Speaking of
hammock.
words, is there like a safe word type thing? Like,
We didn't talk safe words. We should.
We didn't. So I normally do the stoplight red, yellow, green. We are not in a scene as much. We are doing something where we're in constant communication. So everything that she feels and everything that she needs to tell me, I'm right here. We're not playing any games. There's no cat and mouse play. But yes, I normally do red, yellow, green.
and then
Mhm.
and then do you, once you have her suspended, do you like leave the room and turn the lights out and let her have her moment, or do you just
Absolutely
stay?
not.
Okay.
I will never leave the room unless, like, I have to if there's an emergency or something.
So I know we asked Kendria what she was feeling, and I know you've probably tied so many people, Amber. But what are you feeling right now? Do you have a different feel with each subject or each person that is in front of you?
I definitely feel different with different people. When I tied the dominant, the dame, I felt very useful.
Okay.
I felt like an object that was just there to support her, or to support them, and I enjoyed the feeling of only being there because I have a purpose, right?
Okay.
My more submissive side is heavily into degradation and objectification, and I love a good spit in my face. I mean, I get it. I know nobody wants to do that, but I like a good choking, a little face smack, So that's my
real.
submissive energy for the most part. And so in this moment, I feel extremely responsible. I feel needed, and I also feel challenged. Because she has really good energy. It's the kind of energy that D types really enjoy. It's like a good and a bad feeling, right? It's a good feeling, like, yeah, she's got this energy. It's a bad feeling because you're like, fuck, I want to fuck her up, Sorry, am I allowed to say that?
No, yeah, you
Yes.
are. It's a
Because I
grown,
done talked about getting spit in the face, throat fuck, and everything.
grown show, baby.
That come up, but
On the next episode.
But no, so I just feel very responsible. She really has that energy that makes you want to like do things to her. So that I really enjoy that.
Okay. Like good things.
Yes, if choking is a good thing, then good things it is. Okay, so go ahead and give it a little seat. See how that feels. That's a different feeling, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. I got scared for a second.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Cheeks.
I can see a
It's cool though. It's fine. Okay, you ready? Yep. So I'm gonna sit down.
Now, what's going to happen is when you lift your legs up, you'll have more options than the other one.
Okay.
See that upper body strength be killing me.
I see you over there.
Oh shit.
Oh, you know what? It's only on the one side.
I was gonna say it's one side.
Okay, stand up. And this is what suspension is. It's a lot of making sure you're doing it right and checking to see how comfortable folks are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what my brain is braining here.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna try one more way.
There could be, this is why you need a professional to do this, because something could go horribly wrong with something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's all the precaution in the beginning, long before you get to the suspension. You never can be. There's no such thing as too safe.
Right. Take it down every time. You know, you can replace rope. You cannot replace a human.
Yeah.
I'm
Yikes.
also a nurse sometimes.
Okay.
when they pay me.
Yes.
And you'd be surprised how so many of those skills are needed for me to make the best decisions as a rope top.
All right, let's try this one. Hold on, wait a minute.
You're gonna sit down on that.
My titties are out and I feel it.
Hey, let me bring this camera in. We're not.
Don't worry, I'm gonna fix it before I turn around now.
Go ahead and give it a try.
Take my glasses off so I can hear what you said.
Okay, better. Try this again.
Oh, look at that. There you go. There you go. See,
Better?
Yeah.
I've seen cops do elaborate work where they tie it and it looks like a spider web and they're suspended from what looks like a spider web.
That's pretty cool. Now, I watched a different kind of suspension one time. It was like somebody had a corset on their back. Now we're talking like so different.
How's that?
It was very interesting.
Now
They
I'm
got
gonna
a
look at
whole
your
thing
stuff,
on their
okay?
back and it just got suspended. I was pretty amazed.
That's how it's been.
This for a long time. Let's top here.
What did you see that? Because you told me you usually at church now.
It just kind of popped up.
Are they
I was
Okay.
looking for it. I was not looking for it.
Whatever they
Oh,
Yeah, you know, sometimes you can control what comes up on your Facebook feed. You know, it just pops up, and then I can't help it because it's already in front of me. So
you might as well look at it. I got you.
I mean, sometimes I'll be trying to scroll, and that's when the device chooses to freeze. So what do you do in that situation?
That's how the AI thing happened. I got you.
Exactly. So yeah. So
He's a pain. How's that? Good. I'm gonna have your head down a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
How's that? Okay.
All right. Let's see what it looks like.
yeah, like I can't wait.
So that rope, like under the legs, that doesn't hurt.
No.
It's
Like
like
the one that holds the cheeks.
I'm not in any pain.
Sky, have you ever zip lined before?
No, but I did do the what is that thing with the harness?
Rock climbing?
No, you know when you like you're in like a parachute at parasailing? Yeah.
Oh,
You have to step into a saddle.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where she's at right now.
Try to lift your feet up.
Okay.
That same thing.
A little different than before.
Oh wow.
And you do that.
Do you want your feet up?
I like that.
You like
I do. It would feel better if they were up permanently.
All right. Go ahead, relax.
That is so deep right there. I don't know. That's deep.
I'm telling you. We might
You
to, we
don't
might
like
to,
it when it's deep?
we might to sell
Say it again.
tickets. We're gonna see Sky get suspended. We're gonna sell tickets for that.
Right.
Yeah, that's gonna be a high ticket price for sure.
$5 price because ain't nobody gonna believe it.
On the real. On the real.
Wow.
Well, y'all, that's a
Don't help me. I got it.
So
rope show. That's a rope show right there, y'all. What you talking
Yeah,
about?
that's pretty intense. Well, I got to go because I got to get ready for tomorrow.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We probably won't be here much longer.
Okay. Y'all have
Guys,
enlightened me
nice
this evening.
time, didn't you? See, glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, this has been,
I really
I'm going to go,
appreciate all of your questions.
I am going to have to read up on what this really, I mean,
Okay, so
I
there's
got
two
the
ways I
fullness, but
can do it.
I go
Okay.
deeper once I get the
I
knowledge.
can
You know what I mean?
bring
Like,
it
I'm
to
just
the
going to
back.
Gotta
look up
research.
more info. But anyway, I will see y'all later. I got to
All
go.
right. Have a good night.
Okay.
Peace.
Bye.
felt like my knees would hurt.
We can just bring it up here.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh God, yes. That's it.
More?
I can go more.
Okay.
Oh wow, yes.
That's
That's it.
That.
I was
Ready.
right. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna have to let it down a little bit, okay?
Okay.
Sleepy said it looks cool to watch, but I ain't but doing it anyway.
Sleepy, I want you.
We had to sell triple price. Yeah.
Yes,
Here we go.
yes, it is very good, Trey.
Just doing this thing here.
Doing right now, she's making sure she stabilizes.
We have no clue what position I'm even in.
That blindfold is amazing,
It is
isn't
because
it?
I'm clueless to where I'm at. Like I
I definitely
think
would
I'm
want to
upside
be
down, but I don't
blindfolded.
know.
You're not quite upside down. But if you want, we can get you down, your head down a little bit more. Look at your butt.
Hey.
Right there. Yeah.
Look at the booty, y'all.
I know. It is
Certain people on
right
this stream, certain people on this stream do need a spanking. We're not
here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can me in here. That would be perfectly okay.
how air be.
Yes.
We'll say that their name rhymes with that.
All right, I'm gonna put your head down a little bit more and see how that feels for you.
So is she
You're
still like
amazing.
sweating? Is that why you're using the
I'm using a fan because I'm 42 and I'm a woman of a certain age.
yes.
And so I just know a good fan every now and then is a lovely feeling.
Yeah.
And she's also blindfolded and she's hanging. So, give her a little feeling of floating and flying.
Okay. I love that.
Fantastic.
Here's one tip, okay? For
Okay.
people who go to the dungeon, get yourself a fan. When you play with women of a certain age,
Yes.
you lift the boob and you fan underneath.
Yes.
You will be one of the best people they've ever played with because of that one thing. Lift the boob, fan underneath.
That's
No
good
boot
to know.
clip no boot clip everything. Yeah, I got
Good information. All right. So we have been here about hour and 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I guess so the work is the work done
It's
right.
done. Yeah, we're gonna play a little and come down, but
Okay.
it's been really nice. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
thank
Yes.
you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate you coming in. We really enjoyed this session. And hopefully you'll be back again for some more information.
I hope so. I'm wonderful with impact.
Yes. Okay. Well, please tell us one last time where to follow you.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at tie bind lash TIEBINDLASH. I'm also an intimacy coach, and I can be found at Explore Care Coaching on Instagram as well.
Okay, sounds good. Mark, thank you for joining us once
Thank you,
again.
Mark. Love you, Mark.
We loved having you here. We know it was a little sacrifice, and I appreciate it. One last comment. Maggie says, that was freaking awesome. Thank you both for this amazing live demonstration. Yes, Maggie, it was the shit. Yes. So you guys have a great night. Andrea, enjoy, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks. And remember to follow us on Instagram, the Poly Pimps, on YouTube, subscribe and like us on Facebook. We still need quite a bit of Facebook liking in order for us to post some stuff. So please share it with your friends. Anybody can benefit from it.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys
It's
have
like a
a
little bit just like the release of the tension on my shoulders.
Yeah.
Have a great night. Thank you.
Just repositioning the rope